Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Nettie Liddell.
And that's Brett Chapin.
We're talking to Mackenzie, Astin, and Jason Lowe of the play Caught at the Zephyr Theater. www.caughttheplay.com.
Come see it.
Come see it.
It's a good show.
Now, we had to cut you off before because we had to, of course, pay the bills and go to commercial.
Right, which was perfect timing. As I'm talking about it being, a business. This business is a business, and
yes,
and so it only made perfect sense that we should have to go to commercial.
Irony, go figure.
I mean, come on, we're trying to make a living here.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you though, that's one of the beautiful things for me about this play and about theater in general is that there are no commercials. Once you get in that room, it is all about telling that story, and everybody's involved. There's no separation. There's no satellite involved. There's no screen that separates you from the audience. You're all in it together. And if I can speak philosophically for a second, that's the thing about this planet, is that we are all in this together.
Absolutely.
It's irrefutable.
Absolutely. And when you're in the same room, it's live and you feed off the energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's sort of it's an agreement between the theater goers and the folks on stage that you're all committed to the same sort of ideal. We're going to tell the story, and the audience is going to listen.
Right.
Except for that one lady last night with the cell phone.
Oh no! There's always someone with the cell phone.
Oh man, poor thing. I think it was an older gal, and she didn't know that she had a voicemail, but the rest of us did.
Oh no! She didn't answer it on the.
No, it just beeped. It beeped the entire first act.
Oh no!
It was amazing, but that's
that's live theater.
That's progress.
Oh, that's what you gotta do. That's what I love about theater too. Is it doesn't really last like a picture or a video or a film.
Right.
It lasts in people's minds, in their hearts. You know, it's
But of course,
really
Jason walked over to her and asked her to turn it off.
Did anybody say anything?
Right?
I would hope so.
At intermission, we talked about it. It was funny. There was a conversation in the lobby about someone saying, "Did you hear that cell phone beeping?" And as soon as the gentleman said that, we heard the beep in the lobby.
Oh my gosh!
So,
Taboo.
so whoever it was, they figured it out, and by the time the second act rolled around, they'd turn off their cell phone.
There was no beep. There was no beep.
Little hard to stay in character with a beeping in the background. I can imagine.
It was a challenge for sure. It was a challenge.
It was intermittent though. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't all the time, but it was steady.
Yeah.
Every 15 seconds or so.
Oh no.
It was.
Theater is live. Everybody's affected by everybody.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And so we dealt with it.
Awesome.
I think it was probably most annoying for the other audience members.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't. I always make sure I have my cell phone off. In
Right.
theater.
That's so important. My dad introduces the plays that the students do at Johns Hopkins, and he is legendary for the speech that he makes before the shows. In fact, he pulls out his own cell phone and instructs people to turn theirs off as he is. This is my cell
Very
phone,
nice.
and this is me turning it off. Please do us the same favor.
We need your dad at every show in Los Angeles.
Everybody needs my dad everywhere.
Need to have a screen pulled down with
Yes.
him,
John
like
Astin
on the
screen.
airplanes. You know what I
That's
mean?
good stuff. That would be hysterical.
Well, and as far as Caught goes, you're dealing with same-sex marriage in that show, and you worked on a show called First Years, where you were an openly gay character.
Right.
You got a chance to work with your mom in that show,
which was great. She was nice enough to come down and play my mom
Awesome.
for an episode where Warren, the character I was playing, finally comes out to his parents, and it was a great experience and a testament to my mom's legend, if I can say it that way. That the day we did the very first rehearsal for the big scene, there were crew members on the set that I had never seen before. my buddy Timothy Busfield, who directed the episode, he pulled me aside later. He said, "Mackie, did you see all the people in there? They all wanted to come in and see your mom, man. She's a Hall of Famer, Mackie, a Hall of Famer."
She sure is, and I tell you, some of those scenes, because your mom isn't accepting of you being gay in the show, And some of those scenes with your mom are just incredible, guys. If you have a chance, go on YouTube, look at First Years, Mackenzie Astin, and check out some of those scenes, because that's real acting. I learned a lot just from watching
It was
that.
a good little show. It only lasted about 3 episodes, I think. We shot 8. They aired 3. We were up against Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in its real heyday, when it was in full stride. So
With Regis.
Yeah, right, with Regis in the monochromatic tie shirt. Yes. So we didn't have much of a shot, but we sure had a great time doing the show.
Was that your first
like-
time playing a gay character on?
Yeah, I think that was the first. There was a movie that I worked on a couple years prior to that where the character pretended to be gay, but that was he wasn't gay. So yeah, that was my first experience with that, which was terrific for me. Growing up in Los Angeles, and especially with my mom, who is kind of an icon in the gay community. There was quite a bit of exposure to gay guys. They were my mom's best friends mostly growing up, and she was a real proponent for gay rights and for AIDS awareness. In the very early days of the plague, as it were, and so. It was nice for me to be able to embody a gay character, because I felt like there was a real positive influence from my childhood, from the friends that she had when I was growing up.
Yeah, and I can imagine it gave you some good experience for playing the character in Caught.
Indeed.
That you're playing now.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be back right here on CRN Digital Talk, talking to Mackenzie Astin and Jason Lowe of the play Caught. That's www.caughttheplay.com.
And you're listening to La La Land with Brett and Nett as well.
I'll see you in 2 shakes, guys.
They say the women treat you fine on Broadway. Looking at them just gives me the blues.
Have you heard the news that your government has bailed